Hey guys, what's up? It's Spencer from Flight Director, and today we're going to be continuing our series of So You Want to Edit. We're going to be picking up where we left off last time with Sony Vegas Movie Studio and talking a little bit more detail on how to use Sony Vegas Movie Studio. This time we're going to be talking about how to interact different clips, how to slightly alter clips to make them look a little bit better. So first off, I have two clips in here. This clip right here, which we used last week, and then this new clip. Now this clip, this is what FS Recorder video looks like when it first comes out of the sim, because it's not recording in perfect 1920 by 1080. So what you have to do is you have to you have to crop it. So now we're in the crop mode, and you have to convert it to 16 by 9. Now, as you can see right here, this crop window displays what is inside the video window the window. So, as you can see, you have the menu bar on top and the red text that talks about the current settings in the sim. Obviously, this is not something that you want to be seen in the video. So what you gotta do is go to the corner and drag in. See that? Now that's not displaying, and as you can see in the video clip, it looks good. And nothing that is you don't want to see is showing. So now we have the clip. We have both clips done how we want them. I will get into effects in a second. But to have a transition, let's say that you don't want a straight transition from this clip to this clip. You drag it and highlight it over for however long you want the transition to last. Typically, somewhere between half a second and 2 seconds is ideal. As a note, because of how Sony Vegas is set up, 0.15 is half a second because it records in 30 frames per second. That's 15 frames. Or it renders in 30 frames per second. That's 15 frames, so half a second. So now this type of transition is a direct fade transition, as you can see right here. But if you want to have a different type of transition, we would just go right here. Let's pick a dissolve transition. Additive dissolve. Click, drag, and voila. You now have a dissolve transition. And so you have that clip all set up. Now let's talk about effects for a clip. What you would want to do, right click, media effects. Then you would select an effect in here. As a note, I have a package from New Blue Effects, so you by default you would not see these unless you have that specific package installed. But let's add some brightness and let's add some brightness and contrast to this clip. So double click it, and as you can see right here, it's showing up in the clip. You can add pretty much as many as you want, but we're only going to talk about one effect today, just an example. So now you have brightness and contrast in here. And here's where you can mess with the settings. So we'll show you, as you can see, brightness affects how bright the clip is. So I'm not going to discuss each effect in detail. But let's add a little bit of brightness, a little bit of contrast, because by default, FSX does not have a lot of contrast. So in my opinion, that looks a little bit better. And contrast center, I typically don't mess with this, but it's something you can do a little bit of tinkering with. But so that's how you add an effect in Sony Vegas. And I'm just going to take one more note at pan and crop feature. So as we discussed, we set this to be 16 by 9 and not hide anything from the clip. Now if you want the focus of the clip to not be at the same centered point in a clip the whole time, go to the end of the clip and just change it to where you want the focus to be. So this is only going to be for demonstrative purposes. But like, let's say that you want it to focus over here. That would mean that the clip is constantly changing. It's changing over a constant rate from the default 16 by 9 point to where you set the new point. As you can see by the pan and crop box, it's changing. It's going to where you want it to be. That's it for today, guys. This has been another episode of So You Want to Edit. I hope you guys learned something today. For Flight Director, this has been Spencer.